In 1925, following his release from prison, Adolf Hitler embarked on a calculated journey to cultivate his public image. He understood the potent influence of persuasive oratory and recognized its crucial role in swaying public opinion. A key figure in this endeavor was photographer Heinrich Hoffmann. Hoffmann's lens captured not just images, but the carefully constructed persona Hitler meticulously crafted. These photographs offer a rare glimpse into the meticulous preparation behind Hitler's infamous speeches. They reveal a man intensely aware of his image, practicing poses, gestures, and facial expressions, with a theatrical precision that belies the devastating impact his words would ultimately have. Hitler would rehearse, often listening to recordings of his own speeches, while Hoffmann documented the various poses and expressive gestures. It was a carefully orchestrated performance, each movement scrutinized and refined. Upon reviewing the photographs, Hitler would determine which gestures and expressions to incorporate into his public appearances. This meticulous approach reveals a deep understanding of the power of nonverbal communication. He knew that every gesture, every facial expression, could amplify his message and solidify his connection with his audience. Interestingly, these revealing photographs were never intended for public consumption. Hitler, acutely aware of how these practice sessions might be perceived, reportedly instructed Hoffmann to destroy the negatives. Hoffmann, however, disobeyed this directive, and the photographs eventually surfaced in his 1955 memoir, Hitler Was My Friend. This act of defiance provides invaluable insight into the carefully constructed image Hitler presented to the world. It reveals the lengths to which he went to control his public persona. Historians, reflecting on these images, recognize the calculated nature of Hitler's public performances. He understood the power of captivating an audience, not merely through rhetoric, but through carefully crafted theatrics. He recognized that in a time of economic hardship and political uncertainty, people were looking for a leader who exuded confidence and strength. Hitler meticulously honed his image to project precisely these qualities. His speeches, often described as mesmerizing, combined with his carefully rehearsed gestures and expressions, created a powerful and ultimately dangerous allure. The photographs serve as a stark reminder of the calculated nature of Hitler's rise to power, highlighting the dangerous interplay of image, rhetoric, and political opportunism. These photographs, taken in 1925, offer a unique perspective on Hitler's rise to power. They reveal a man acutely conscious of his image, understanding the impact of visual presentation in the political landscape. It's a surprisingly modern approach, a recognition of the power of optics and public perception. Hitler wasn't just crafting speeches, he was meticulously crafting a persona. The timing of these photographs is significant. Hitler had recently been released from prison, having used his time there to dictate Mein Kampf, a book outlining his political ideology and ambitions. These photographic sessions with Hoffmann represent a deliberate effort to translate the words on the page into a compelling public presence. He was preparing for a return to the political stage, and he understood the importance of projecting an image of strength, conviction, and leadership. Historian Roger Moorhouse, in his analysis of these photographs, notes the contrast between the historical perception of Hitler and the charisma he evidently possessed. While modern audiences might view some of the poses as almost comical, they resonated with many Germans at the time. Hitler's carefully cultivated image, combined with his impassioned rhetoric, convinced a significant portion of the population that he offered a path to national restoration and greatness. He tapped into the anxieties and frustrations of a nation struggling with economic hardship and political instability. The meticulous nature of Hitler's rehearsals, as captured by Hoffmann, reveals a calculated understanding of audience manipulation. He was a showman, carefully calibrating his gestures and expressions to elicit specific emotional responses. He used Hoffmann as a sounding board, experimenting with different poses and then reviewing the photographs to assess their effectiveness. This feedback loop allowed him to refine his performances, honing his delivery to maximize its impact. As Egon Hanfstaengl, the son of Hitler's foreign press officer, observed, Hitler possessed a unique ability to bypass critical thinking and evoke powerful emotional responses in his audiences. This ability, carefully nurtured and practiced, played a crucial role in his rise to power. These photographs, then, are not just historical curiosities. They are a chilling testament to the power of calculated image-making and its potential to manipulate public opinion with devastating consequences. The relationship between Hitler and Hoffmann is a fascinating study in manipulation and image control. Hoffmann, initially just a photographer documenting the burgeoning Nazi movement, became an unwitting participant in Hitler's carefully constructed self-promotion. He served as a visual sounding board, capturing the various poses and expressions Hitler experimented with. It was a collaboration of sorts, though one clearly orchestrated by Hitler. He dictated the terms, reviewed the results, and ultimately sought to control the narrative by demanding the negatives be destroyed. The fact that Hoffmann disobeyed this order is crucial. It allows us, decades later, to dissect the construction of Hitler's public image. We can see the deliberate effort, the meticulous practice, that went into creating the persona he presented to the world. The photographs offer a glimpse behind the curtain, revealing the artifice behind the carefully crafted speeches and public appearances. It's also worth noting that Hoffmann's connection to Hitler extended beyond these photographic sessions. It was Hoffmann who introduced Hitler to Eva Braun, his future wife. This personal connection further underscores the complex relationship between the photographer and the rising political figure. Hoffmann, though later imprisoned for Nazi profiteering, played a significant role in shaping the events of that era, however inadvertently. The images themselves capture a range of emotions and expressions. We see Hitler practicing gestures of defiance, of outrage, of inspiration. He's experimenting with different ways to connect with his audience, to evoke the desired emotional responses. He understood the power of nonverbal communication and the importance of projecting an image of strength and conviction. He recognized that in the tumultuous political climate of post-World War I Germany, people were yearning for a leader who appeared decisive and confident. These photographs, then, are more than just historical artifacts. They offer a powerful and unsettling insight into the calculated nature of Hitler's rise to power. They reveal the meticulous planning and manipulation that underpinned his public persona and contributed to the devastating consequences that followed. They serve as a chilling reminder of the power of image, the importance of critical thinking, and the dangers of unchecked political extremism.